Back again with another video. Let me roll up before people start rolling in. Make sure y'all leave a thumbs up in the live when you come in. If you watching this live pre-recorded, make sure you comment still. Even though I'm not live, you can still comment. I'm still see the message and read it. So as you can see, the title says "Thinking Outside the Box." It's time to start thinking outside the box. It's time for us to start looking at things from a different perspective. I want to really wait till more people come in, but who's to say a bunch of people gonna come in, especially during the daytime? So, like I said, as you can see, the topic is thinking outside the box. And a few topics I want to talk about is like money being one of them. See, most people have false beliefs about money, and that's why they'll never be they'll never get rich. They'll never get wealthy because of the beliefs they have about money. Like, money is the root of all evil. I wasn't born into a rich family, so I can't become rich. It's hard to get rich. Like, if you got any of those type of beliefs about money, you probably won't get wealthy or get rich unless you fix those. So it's time to start thinking outside the box. It's time to start thinking for yourself. Most people let their parents think for them, even as they're an adult and they pay bills and make decisions on their own. Their parents are still making decisions for them by how they was raised. So you have to reprogram yourself from even what your parents taught you, because that ain't always the right thing. It's not always what's best for who you are. And it's not to say our parents was in the wrong, but that's just how they was raised. So time to start thinking outside the box, thinking for yourself, letting go of false beliefs. Like, it's time to start growing, reaching new heights. 2022 is the best year for you to like get on your marathon. Like, find it, tap into your gifts and like monetize them. Like, so don't let nothing or no one on the outside of you hold you back. Because that's what the world is made to do. It's meant to hold you back from trying to reach greatness or success, whatever it is. Well, you don't even gotta want to be great. You just gotta want something for yourself in life, and your world will still try to stop you. Your friends will still laugh at you when you wanna do something or accomplish something. Like, people will still talk about you even when you've been the best person like you could possibly be. Like, so it's time to let go of old friends who got old beliefs that don't resonate with who you are today. Like you can, most people know like they be changing, they be dealing with interchanging, but they don't want to let go of the people around them, and they know them people ain't good for them. Yet they want to. It be the memories. It be the I don't know what it be sometimes. Like when people hold on to toxic. I mean, for me, when I was married, when I was in a toxic marriage, I held on way too long, knowing I should have left. But that was because I didn't want to just leave my kids. But eventually, I still end up having to leave my children. But now I have custody, so I didn't leave them forever. But me staying too longer with my ex-wife than what I should have stayed, we had more kids. So if I had left early, I probably would only had one kid with her. So, but everything happens for a reason. My children are all blessings. Like, so I can't really complain about like being stuck in a situation too long, especially when I'm out of it. Like, but yeah, it's time to start thinking outside the box. Anybody seen the new Matrix? I meant to watch that last night, but as soon as I got in the bed, I was ready to go to sleep. But I already seen it already. But I just want to know if anybody else seen that. I like the older Matrix better. That's just my opinion. Like the first one to be exact. But some people may like the new one. I don't know. What y'all got going on this Tuesday morning? Well, if you're on the East Coast, it's probably midday, afternoon. But me, I'm trying to get these monetization hours up, get these views up, subscribers up, so I can start getting paid off this. Ain't that why we're doing it? Some people say money don't bring happiness, but that's because they ain't got money. Or that's what they've been taught to believe. That's how they grew up. Like I grew up like that. I don't know who brainwashed me to think money didn't grow on trees, but I'm like, oh, they didn't brainwash me to believe that because I always knew paper, like money was paper, but that was the dumbest thing people could have said, and everybody else there started going along with it. Like that's how you know the world is like a bunch of followers. They'll say the stupidest shit. Money don't grow on trees, but it's made from it. It's always like encouraging like when people from my past hit me up and like they be, you can see like they on their own journey as well. Like and they just letting you know you doing the right thing. Cause a lot of people from your past, when they see you start to change or think different or become a better version of yourself, they gonna look at you like, what's going on with so and so? What's the matter with them? Why they acting funny? Why they acting different? The whole time we supposed to change. Motherfuckers be trying to stay stuck a caterpillar and never want to experience being a butterfly. Never want to get a different perspective. Did I tell you all the time I'm like I killed a butterfly in a cocoon when I was a kid. I didn't know it was a butterfly in it, and I definitely didn't know it was a cocoon. But if I would see this cocoon on this tree, like next door to where I live, like every day, and then first it just appeared out of nowhere. Like I said, I didn't know what the fuck it was. I was probably like 10 or 11, and eventually I just got the courage to see, like touch it and see what it was. The first time I touched it, I squeezed it, and this fucking ooze, like all different type of colorful ooze, just started squeezing out of the cocoon. And I ran, so was scared as hell because I didn't know what the fuck I had just did. But years later, I realized I had killed the butterfly that was in the process of. No, I killed the caterpillar that was in the process of becoming a butterfly. Like, so that damn, they didn't even get to finish the process. God damn, because of me, my little curious ass. It ain't no telling how many things I done probably ruined because I was curious. Like, couldn't just wait to see. Ooh, but it wasn't like I was gonna ever see like the butterfly break open out of the cocoon and like shit fly away. So the chance of me seeing that happen, like, it's probably pretty slim to none. So me squeezing it, the cocoon, and seeing like fucking different colors came out. Like that gave me the perspective of like shit, what goes on inside of a cocoon. Even like I said, I was 10 years old. I never seen a cocoon, but on in a book or like in the, like school books, and that didn't look like what it was in person. So I ain't know. Like I said, I ain't know what the fuck it was. You can't stop nothing in its process of growing. You can't rush the process. Even though I didn't rush the process, like I kind of did. Cause in the end, we all pass, we all die. Animals, humans, don't nobody survive Earth. So me killing that fucking butterfly early before it became a butterfly, it wasn't like I probably did it a favor. You never know. Why my mama called me early this morning talk about what I talk about because I was somebody had mentioned there was a crack baby in one of their video. I mean, in my lives yesterday, I think, and I mentioned like shit. I kind of understood where he was coming from because I was kind of a crack baby myself, but even though I really wasn't, I still kind of was. So my mom, she watched that live. Out of all the lives she could have watched, she watched the one where I was like mentioning her past. But it wasn't for me to say like she's still like that today. Like nah, my mom, a great person. She in a great position in her life. But still, like we all got a pass. I'm just open enough to like share my experiences. And my experiences don't always just include me in the story. So I don't ever try to tell nothing to make somebody look bad or feel bad. I just be like, pops up in my head. I'm gonna repeat like so. I need to start bringing. I need to figure out how to bring people on my lives, on my YouTube lives, like or how to like connect Zoom with a YouTube live. I probably need like two phones or something. I don't know. But how's y'all doing on this lovely Tuesday? Tuesday morning, West Coast time. How's y'all living life? How's you conquering your day? Like, what are you doing different in your day that you usually don't do? Me, I'm doing this every day until this become the norm. Me getting on live, posting videos every day. That's what I'm doing different in my day. Cause I never used to post every day. I never was consistent at anything in my life except waking up, going to the bathroom. That's what the habit, the only good habit well, it ain't no fucking good habit going to the bathroom. That's the only thing I did consistently every day. Or I was on YouTube every day, like that was good consistent. So for me to actually be on YouTube consistently every day instead of just watching YouTube videos, like that's what I'm doing different. I'm actually making the content instead of just consuming the content, thinking outside the box, doing something different. Somebody commented on my live yesterday, or they commented on it today. He said, "What's up, baby lungs?" Because I'm always coughing in my videos. No, I didn't even get offended because it was like so funny and hilarious. Because he was true. Like I'm always coughing when I smoke. Then I realized why that's the case. Like I would smoke, and then like for some reason, like growing up, I would always thought it was cool when people blew smoke out their nose. So when I learned how to blow smoke out my nose, like it was just while I want to smoke. So the smoke will always burn my throat. So that's what will always make me cough. But if I don't try to blow the smoke out my nose, I'm not gonna cough like so. But I didn't realize that until he mentioned the comment like, "Hey baby lungs," or "What's up baby lungs." So I'm like, oh shit, I need to stop coughing. Now. Like that is kind of unprofessional. Like shit would make me look like I'm just a Ricky when I've been smoking damn near my whole life. But shout out to Prolific. I think that was his name. That wasn't that probably wasn't his full name, but had something to do with Prolific in it. So shout out to him for like getting me on my A game. I damn sure was like coughing every time I inhaled. Shit, I want to cough now, but I want to hold it in because I'm like, damn, I don't want nobody to call me baby lungs again. Fuck it. But yeah, I've been smoking weed for like since I was probably like 16. First time I tried it, I was probably like 13 to 14. But when I started smoking weed consistently on a regular basis, probably like 17. Then I did take a long break though when I went into the military. Like so, I stopped smoking. I started consistently smoking from 17 to 18. Then from 18 to 25, I stopped smoking completely because I was in the military. And then after I got out of the military, I stopped smoking. I mean, I still wasn't smoking, so I ain't started back smoking until like 25, 26. Now I smoke like way more than I ever smoked in my life. But that was, I guess, because I moved to the West Coast too. So most places be having droughts. The West Coast, there is no drought of weed. Like there, I never have to pay more than like I don't even pay by ounces. I buy by pounds now, so like, but I don't never have to spend $60 on a 3.5 or like $45 on a 3.5 like I used to. Like now, like I wouldn't dare like do that or like pay for that shit. If I was smoking, like if I was paying by the how much I was smoking, a 3.5, I'd be going through at least over a thousand on a weekly basis, or just by smoking weed. If I was living in Indiana, Vegas, like the prices is way cheaper. Like the Cali right there, I can always just drive to Cali. Like so, weed ain't gonna break my pockets out here like it was if I was in Indiana. Mhm. If you're new to the live, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment. Let us know who in the chat. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you are subscribed, hit the notification bell. If you already did that, make sure you go tell a friend. It's always something else you can do. But I'm just fucking with you. I would love that I'm able to do YouTube. I don't gotta leave my house. At first, I thought I wanted to do YouTube vlogs, and I thought I always had to be gone doing something. I thought that's what people wanted to see, but over time, I started watching my wife watch other people on YouTube, and they was just strictly in their bedroom or strictly in their house. I'm like, if you gonna watch people like that, then that's what I need to be doing. Cause I didn't know people just they want to see that, but me, I'm not just dropping a regular video, a pre-recorded video on YouTube of me just talking. Like I'm actually on live talking, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're on live. Like so, you ain't supposed to be doing no pranks. No. I mean, I guess you can do challenges and pranks on live, but most of that be like pre-planned. Like that shit don't be. That shit don't even be real, honestly. I don't know why the fuck that's the case, but me, I found my niche on YouTube, and that's like posting shorts and getting on live, cause that's what I'm on YouTube. I mean, that's what I'm doing every day anyway. I'm on live watching somebody else videos, or I'm on Instagram watching different shorts. Like so, I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna produce that content. I'm gonna get paid instead of just being the consumer. I'm gonna fucking monetize that shit too. And at first, I thought I had to. It was I had to build my channel up based off like doing personal videos. Like, but people didn't. Some people knew who I was, but I didn't have a big enough fan base to be like just posting personal vids and like trying to grow off my channel. I mean, grow my channel. So make sure you leave a comment. I know y'all leaving likes because I got more likes than I got people watching. So even if it's just people just coming in and leaving the thumbs up, I appreciate that. Like that's motivation. That's energy. Like people don't realize you can support someone without like donating money to them or giving money or giving whatever physical stuff. You can spiritually you, you donate by like by thinking positive about a person. Like uplift that person. Like that goes a long way rather than a fucking a subscriber or a like. Honestly, if you just think positive about the person. If I always got something positive to say, or you always got something positive to say about me, like that's all I need most of the time. Shit, but you don't get that from too many people. My wife's sick. My kids is sick. Not all the kids sick, but my whole house. Like I'm just trying to like stay isolated in here, so like I could be cool. Cause I'm like, if I get sick, that's gonna be the test of like me still going through this every day. Like if I get sick and I'm still hopping on live every day, like that's gonna be like I can see that as an obstacle coming, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna stop. Cause I know like when I start getting sick, I start to feel it. So I'm gonna just record when I start to feel it. Do everything I can, like spiritually protect myself, eat healthy, drink more water, like shit, whatever it is that I gotta do, I'm gonna do that so I can continue. Like I'm treating YouTube like a job, a real job. I just got hired on January. I'm gonna say I just got hired in December. I've been posting every day. It ain't been 90 days, so I can't call off. Like, and even when they get 90 days, I'm not gonna call off because I'm trying to be an outstanding employee. Like, shit, I'm trying to get the big bucks. I see people like I done seen multiple people do blow up. Not even overnight, but I seen them work every day for a year straight on YouTube, and like they trying to blew up. So I'm only basically 2 months into like working on YouTube. So I'm glad I got people that's tuning in and like that support me already. Cause at first, what made it, I thought it was gonna be easier for me to do lives on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. I didn't think people would be watching me. So I'm like, shit, if I could just get on live, and then they'll watch it later. Like I'll be able to run my numbers up. Like either way, with people watching me, people liking videos is getting watched. Everything is doing way better than what I expected. Like off the bat, like so. I still don't have no true expectations of my channel except getting it monetized because that's the goal. Like that's what I'm working towards. That's right, young man. Get all you can while you're young. Yep. I'm not that young though. Like so, I may look young, but like I'm 31, so I've been through a lot of stuff. But I am still young. Like so, like hey, let me not even speak nothing. Like every day I'm getting younger. People will like not just people, but the world says when you turn a certain age, you say 31 years. I'm 31 years old. But if I'm just now turning 31, if my birthday, if I just turned 32, how could I be 32 years old? No, I'm 32 years new. So, because it's always going to be different experiences. It's always going to be something you learn. It's always going to be something that's going to help you grow and evolve. But some people, they be getting older, they don't nothing change about them. Their mindset don't never change. They experiences don't never change. They never go out of town. They never do nothing. They just live every day on repeat. I'm like, that ain't the type of life I want to live. Cause I hate living my life on repeat sometimes, and I'm always doing something different. Like, then I'm like, damn, I just want to stay at home. Like, cause so I'm always fluctuating with my feelings, not my beliefs. Like my beliefs is set strong, but yeah, I have a lot of experiences, but I also like, no, I still don't got quite the experiences of some other people, like, because as you get older, you get more wiser. I mean, you supposed to. Most people they get older and they be still doing the same thing they was 18. Like I'm not trying to work from the time I graduate from high school and then retire at 65. I think I'm gonna be dead by 77. So like that ain't too much time for me to have fun. Then I'm old. I'm in pain because I worked my whole life. No, like I'm gonna do this. Like I'm gonna take this route, the right route I've been taking, and that's building my brand up, building my business up. Now I'm bringing it to YouTube. I'm growing my channel on YouTube, so like I'm taking the correct steps, and I know it's not gonna happen overnight. Like it takes 10 years to build a brand. I'm only 3 years, like 3 years in, four almost 4 years in. So I'm just trying to encourage other people. Hey, like you see me, like start from scratch. Like you could do the same thing. Time. That's all it takes. Time, and you got it. Cause you're gonna wake up every single day with 24 hours in your day, and you're gonna do the same things repeatedly. So I'd rather try to do something different. I'd rather try to live my life in the way I want to live it or how I want to live it. But that comes with money. Like you need money for the lifestyle that I want to live. Like I don't want to just live no regular lifestyle. I want to travel. I want to experience new restaurants. I want to eat new foods. I want to stay in new hotels. I want to see new countries and travel to different countries. So, like, that's not cheap, and especially me having 7 kids. Like, that costs times 7, and then a wife. I'm like, it's 9 of us total. Like, so I got 9 people, including myself, to take care of. So that's not cheap. So what else will I can't work no regular 9 to 5. They don't pay you enough to feed a 9 household family. Like that's not how this society is made. The way I'm gonna make that is if I get my business set up, I learn how to invest. Like I learn how to save. Like I learn about these new things that is being brought up, like the metaverse, crypto, NFTs. Like I'm not gonna be stuck behind because, like I said, I got a family to feed a huge one. So, and I don't have no help. It's me and my wife and my kids that take care of. So I can't depend on nobody. I'm the backup plan. So I got to go hard. I gotta keep on pressing forward because ain't nobody gonna make it happen but me. Don't nobody want to hand you nothing these days. And then even if they do hand it to you, it's gonna come with something you don't want. It's gonna come with, oh yeah, I gave that to that person. Like, he ain't do it on his own. Like, I don't want that. Like, shit, if you can't give it to me off love, like off the strength, like you don't want nothing in return. Like, I don't want it. But most people like, nah, I still take it. I don't care what it come with. Okay, that's you. Hey, I'm not gonna judge that. Like, if you cool with like being treated a certain way just to get what you want out of life, but knowing like you can still get what you want out of life without being treated that way, like which one you gonna take, the easy way or like you gonna take the? It ain't hard. It's just the longer route. And that route gonna build you up to like not even need somebody to give you something. It's gonna build you up to where you handing it out to other people, you giving to other people. So some people just want to stay stuck where they at because it fits what they got going on in life. They happy with where they at. Like, and ain't nothing wrong with that. If you happy with where you at in life, by all means, do do you boo. Like shit, like that. I don't know why I said that shit. Probably one of my ancestors speaking for me, but I'm a person like that, just always in my head. Did you say 7 children? Wow, that's awesome. You married now? Yep. 7 kids and I'm married. And I got 6 kids that live in my household. Like, so I take care of 6 of my kids. And my oldest son lives in Indiana, so with his mom. But I still make sure he's taken care of. So, 31, married with 7 kids, soon to be multi-millionaire. In the future, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years later, I'll be a multi-billionaire. Um, I'm just documenting my journey. Like that's why I'm on YouTube because I'm documenting everything. That's why I started my podcast so I can document my journey. But now I need visual. People want to see me on camera. For the longest, I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to be seen. But now look at me getting on live every day, like faithfully. So I had to make the sacrifice to get what I wanted in life. Like some people don't want to make no type of sacrifice. Like I said, they want it to be handed to them, not knowing they're the sacrifice. Yes, mom, I'm live now. Uh, yes, but I was talking about my mom earlier. It's the first time she caught me live. Would you look at that? Make sure you give it a thumbs up, mama. But yep, you interrupted me, made me forget what I was talking about. It be like that sometimes. Actually, it be like that all the time. Not with my mom, but shit, when I be on live and I be talking, then somebody comment, it just throw me off what I was talking about. Or I'll be telling the story and then I just automatically just forget what I was talking about. That short time, I don't know if that's gonna truly affect me as I get older, become an older man. But if it do, oh well. Like shit. If I'ma still be able to manifest everything I want now, you said talking about my journey. Like, yeah, so it's me talking about my journey. Like, it's gotten me here to where, like, now everything seems to go my way. Everything seems to work out. It seems like I'm the most luckiest person in the world. Like, and it's because I made the sacrifices to, like, go for what I wanted. And I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping at all. And I'm not waiting on nobody. And I'm not trying to bring nobody with me. I'm telling people, hey, don't follow me. Like, it's for not don't follow me on social media or YouTube. But I'm saying, like, don't follow me because you don't know where I'm headed. Half the time, I don't even know where I'm headed. I know what I want in life, but sometimes those are material possessions. So it's not luck, it's fate. And people don't believe in luck, but it takes some. Like, I'm telling you, like, faith does play a huge part, but it takes some luck too. Like, 'cause me and my brother was talking about it, like, just like coming from Gary, Indiana, like in the '90s, that was one of the murder capitals at the time. We were seeing people get murdered as kids. Like, we wasn't supposed to make it out. The majority of the people that came up with us didn't make it out. Like, so I took a lot of risks in life. I took a lot of chances, and I know it came with some luck too. Also, it came with faith. You believe in blessings. We all don't. We all, mama. Ain't that what you was raised to believe in? Blessings. Like, God bless you with everything. Like, you don't work for nothing. Nothing is on you. It's on, like, God to give you everything. And if everything goes wrong, that's the devil. Like, that's how I was taught to believe. Like, now I believe, like, it's on me. Like, it's really on me. And that higher power. Like, that higher, I know there's a higher power, but I don't think he got his hands too much in, like, what we got going on down here. That, like, it's free will for a reason. And it's not about, like, sinning and you going to hell for being a bad person. Nah. That's the false part. That's the part there to keep you stuck. Like, once you realize it ain't no hell, it ain't no heaven, and you came here to live your life, you can grow and you can accomplish some of the greatest things in your life that's separate from, like, that you could possibly think of. Most people don't think they can do it though. They think, oh, there's only people on TV who can be successful on social media, like, but you can have it too. Like, I always knew I was a successful kid. Like, I always knew I was ahead of the curve. Like, I don't want to be famous. I didn't care for fame, so I didn't. A lot of times I didn't see where I would fit in life because I'm like, man, I don't want what they doing on TV. But I know I'm a great individual. I know I think different. So, like, I'm was trying to figure out, like, what I came here to do. Like, then they created YouTube, and I tried to avoid YouTube for years. For years, I tried to avoid YouTube. That's why I started the podcast. That's why I started Positive Minds Only, because I'm like, I'm not trying to get on YouTube. I don't want to be seen. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, but how else can you build a brand, like, if people don't see you? Like, this ain't the 1950s. This ain't the 1940s where people could just hear your voice and follow you and you'll be good from there. Like, but nah, people really need to see you. So here I am every day. Every single day I've been on YouTube for the past week. I'm probably like the past 10 days, 10 to 11 days. I could just, but I've been posting every day since November 30th, like, or November 29th. So, but I ain't started going live every day until like the past 10 or 11 days. So I've got over 400,000 views total. You got to put the work in. Of course, I gotta put the work in, and it's showing off. Like, it's already, like, showing me, hey, if you keep doing this, like, your projection is, like, very high. So I'm not about to stop. I'm not about to slow up, especially if knowing I gotta come in my office every day just to sit here and get on my computer and not do nothing. Like, I'm not about to waste that time no more. Like, because that's what I would do a lot of times, unless I had to go make some money or something. Then I was out the house, but for at least 10 hours out the day, I'm at home just chilling in my head, thinking, or I'll read books. I'll watch YouTube videos. I'll scroll on Facebook. But that's me wasting time. Like I wasn't really putting no work in, and I was asking for a lot of shit. So now I'm putting the work in. But I put in work over the past. That's why I'm here now. So it ain't like this is my first time. When you set high standards for yourself, you'll be amazed what will happen. Of course, you seen me do it. Like like my mama seen me like go from one Kenneth to this version. Like it didn't happen overnight. I tried to brainwash her to think positive. She was like, "What the fuck is you doing? Like, what are you doing to me?" I'm like, "I'm trying to change your life." She was like, "Nah, let me go back home." And I'm like, "Okay." That's when I figured. I mean, realize you can't change. You can't make somebody wake up. You can't do what you did for them. Like, it's up to them to want that change. So, like, yeah, I did try to brainwash my mama. Like when she would wake up, I had positive videos playing. Like she would go to sleep all day. That's all she heard. That's all was on TV. Like, it was no movies. It was no entertainment. It was only positivity. Like so, I was probably torturing her. But hey, she seen it, how it turned out for me. Like you can't. I did. I forced it on my kids. Forced it on my wife too. So, but at the same time, like that's because we're in the same household. Like so, if I'm gonna watch TV, if I'm gonna listen to something, like it's gonna be loud. Like I'm gonna make sure you hear it. Like, cause most people, you'll get in a relationship with a person, you'll start to grow, and they won't start to grow. So that's when like things become unbalanced. So I'm was always letting my wife know, hey, you gotta make sure you stay on your journey too, because I don't want to keep growing and then like I meet somebody else who's on my level, and then like, oh, like, but even though I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't leave my wife. That's why I'm into polygamy. Because I don't think I have to I'm not. Well, I don't think I'm not gonna sacrifice my one love for somebody else. But if somebody else do come that is meant for me, like I said, I'm not gonna sacrifice. That's why I let my wife know what it is. I'm not out cheating. I'm not out like doing nothing at all. But I do have thoughts. I think a lot of shit. Like so, she gotta hear it because I ain't got no best friend. Like the most person I talk to is probably my mom. Yeah, that that's about it. I talk to myself more than I talk to anybody. So now I'm talking to y'all more than I talk to myself because I'm utilizing that same time and energy to put that on YouTube and to get monetized. So it's all about redirecting that same energy you're already using into something more positive or something that's gonna get you paid. Like so, if you see your time, I mean, like if you see yourself or catch yourself spending multiple hours on social media and you're not gaining nothing from it, like, you need to realize or think about like, okay, what can I do to use my time wisely? Like, what can I do like to make my life more better or more comfortable? Like, don't just settle. Like, most people just settle, and I've never understood that. I guess it's because where I grew up at. Like, even though my household was a nice household, we, as far as Gary, we didn't live in a project, so our neighborhood was like the suburbs of the hoods. Like a hood city, we lived in the suburbs of that part. So I was blessed to grow up in the household that I grew up in, but I never wanted to stay in a city. So, and then when I got to the military, like the military, we traveled. I went to Afghanistan 7 months. Went to Italy. I was on a boat for just 6 months straight. I was in Jordan. I got to swim in the Red Sea. Like so, always experienced stuff. So I always want to experience some more shit. I don't ever want to be that person who's like, oh yeah, that's what I did in my past, but I don't do nothing else in my future. Like I'm still young. I'm not about to live off what I did, how I lived in my 20s, especially when I know I was living the wrong way or thinking the wrong way. So I don't even glorify my past no more because I'm like, nigga, you was doing that all wrong. You fucked us up. Like, so I had to dig myself, not dig myself because I already dug myself in the hole, but I had to climb back out of that hole. And now I cleaned myself off and I'm presenting myself to the world. So it's been a long journey, but it ain't really been that long because the time, the years, they be going by super fast nowadays. I don't know what that's about, but time be flying. I'm like, but that also means like manifestations come by quicker too. So most of the time, like if you was in the 1920s, like if you was trying to use the law of attraction or manifest some shit, it would take 20 years for you to get what you asked for. Now it takes 5 years to get what you, or not even 5 years, like, but certain shit, like if you ask for $1 million, that's not gonna happen overnight. Especially if for the first 2 years you're not progressively or actively working towards creating something that's gonna make you money. You just thinking on the ideas, and then third year you start working on it. Fourth year, like you getting some type of traction. Fifth year, you probably don't even make the million. You probably make 6 figures, seven, like close to 7 figures. But if you keep working towards it, then boom, voila, you got everything you asked for. And it's not, manifestation ain't just like the universal God is giving you what you asked for out of nowhere. It's like you actually got to work for it. It's about knowing what you want, setting goals, and like working towards that. Why you think every time you get to a job, they have goals and they got like leadership things, and like they trying to teach you, get you on board to what they got going on. Like they're training you so you can be a part of their team to build their business up. So me right now is just me and my wife as positive minds only business. So I'm the one who got to do more of the work because she's a mom as well. So she got to take care of the kids most of the time when I got the free time to just be in my office. So like I said, it's all about using your time wisely. Like y'all using it wisely if you tuning in to this live. Like you could be looking at some bullshit on YouTube or listening to some music. That's probably not good for you. It's not helping you manifest. You know, be tuned in with me. So I definitely appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. But I'm proud of myself though, because every day I've been here, and I'm a person who ain't that consistent with nothing except for waking up. And that's what I was the most consistent at. Like, was waking up, getting on my phone, watching videos on YouTube. I was consistent at that. I had some bad habits for real. Like, I had some real bad habits, and it was hard for me to break those habits too. But that's not the case today, so ain't no point in me talking about how I used to be. And that's not gonna help nobody else unless you in that situation now, and now you got a way out. Now you can see a way out. But most people, they don't. They won't ever see me, so they won't see a way out. And that's because they wouldn't want to hear me. I ain't talking about what they want to talk about. I'm not. I'm not something they usually hear. It's not normal to hear somebody talking like me. So most people is like, up, I'm just gonna tune that out off the bat. But they don't. I'm like that fire song that you keep skipping past, but one day it's just playing all of a sudden, and now that's your favorite song. That's me. So it's gonna take a while, cause I know there's some songs I skipped over for years, and then when I finally heard them, I'm like, what the fuck? This been on my, like, when I had an iPod back in the day, like certain songs. I don't know how they got on my iPod, like, but like I guess I would download full albums or just download mixtapes. So most of the time I would skip over a song if off the back the beat I didn't like the beat. It didn't sound right. But sometimes I'll let the song, not even let the song play, but I'll be busy doing some shit, but I got my music just playing. And then the song will play. I'm like, oh shit, the fucking, what's the name of this song? I'm like, oh, this shit been on my phone this whole time? On my iPod this whole time? Like, so definitely, I'm definitely that hot fire song that you keep skipping. Like, but if you take the time to listen to me, you're gonna be like, oh, that's my favorite. Let me subscribe. Let me hit the notification bell. Like, but it all depends on when you coming alive and you hear me speaking. Like, cause if I'm speaking about nothing and you pop in, you can easily just like, oh, he ain't talking about nothing. Let me get out. But if you come in and I'm talking about some deep shit, you like, oh shit, let me stay for a minute. But it all depends on what timing and divine timing for me. Like, so shit, I'm all about like continually to move forward, tell my truth, be my authentic self, not care about what nobody thinks, say, do, or like. Cause as long as you're not harming me, touching me or my family, like none of that shit mean nothing. You can't even do no spiritual type of work to try to stop me. Cause like I'm past that shit. I done fucking destroyed my dragon. I mean my demons and my whatever. And like that's been sent to destroy me. Like shit. Like Steve Harvey say, like up until this point, up until today, you are batting 1,000 in life. You've already destroyed every type of thing that was sent to destroy you up until this point. So why would I stop now? Like knowing that I've overcame everything in my life up until this point, I'm gonna try to shoot for the stars in the sky because I'm like, fuck it. Back then, I wasn't truly asking for nothing. I wasn't truly trying to strive for nothing. So now, knowing I got faith, I know who I am, I'm lucky. Like, I'm gonna fucking, like, chase after some shit. I'm gonna go get some shit. To, like, shout out to Legit Killer. For sure, like, I'm gonna fucking chase my fucking dreams until I fucking die. Like, until I'm fucking sick and I can't fucking move, but my mind's still gonna be good. So that's what I'm on, like shit. And I don't be trying to like motivate people. And sometimes I do catch myself motivating people, but at the same time, like I be passionate about my life. Like when I wake up every day like shit. Let's accomplish the world. Let's go harder than we did yesterday. Yesterday I only did like 2 hours on my live. Like today I'm gonna try to do three. If I can't do it in one whole thing, I'm gonna break it up in the afternoon section. So like I'm gonna always just keep trying to outdo myself. And then if I don't outdo myself one day, I start back over the next day. Like, but I'm gonna just keep working like to be my best self, to be my best version. Cause I'm telling you, like for the past 3 or 4 years, when I figured out how my life was working and the patterns and shit, and I started work, it started working in my favor. I respect the grind, like for sure. If you follow me or if you tune in because you're a Nipsey Hussle fan, like then I I I followed the blueprint. I followed the marathon blueprint. Like shit, and I'm not like shit. I'm not gonna stop, and I don't have the obstacles like Nipsey Hussle had. Like he had a bunch of obstacles that was trying to stop him. Like I don't even got half those. Like so shit, I'm gonna be able to go so far, take it so far, cause I don't want no fame. Like I don't want no type of spotlight. I don't want nobody. Like I don't want nobody girl. Like none of that shit. Like so, I'm truly just trying to take care of my kids, my family, and live my best life to the max. Like I'm telling you to the max. I don't even give a fuck about a Forbes list, but I know I'm gonna be rich enough to be on there. But I don't want that type of information exposed about me. So like I'm telling you, it's billionaires, damn near probably trillionaires out there like that you never heard of, because they don't want you like they don't want that target on their back. So Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, like them some like strong individuals to put themselves out there, and especially with that much money. Like so, me, I'm just trying to wiggle through the maze of life, like till it's my time to go. I'm trying to make as much money as I can, and like accumulate as much wealth as I can, like accomplish as many dreams as I can, like shit, live my life to the max, like cause why not? Like, shit, why should I settle for some bullshit? Why should I settle for like the average? I did that already. Like I did live in my 20s. I was the average. In my fucking teens, I was average. Like now, I'm like, I always knew my potential, but I wasn't activating my potential. Like I wasn't even trying to be my best. I was slacking. I was cutting. Like I was dimming my life for other people so they can shine. Now I was like, shit, let me turn my shit up, son. Like shit, cause it ain't gonna hurt nobody, and if it do hurt your feelings, that's not my problem. Like shit, I just think very highly of myself. I know who I am. I want you to know that too. Like shit, so I don't be trying to say nothing to make people feel less than themselves, but like I said, I know who I am, so I speak very highly of myself. I pat myself on the back. I'm confident. I'm not cocky. I'm confident. So, and I look, I'm not supposed to be this cocky and talk this much with a gap in my mouth. I'm supposed to keep my mouth closed so people don't talk about me. That's how I was raised to think. Like that's what I was doing in elementary, middle school, high school, military. I kept my mouth closed because I didn't want people to focus on my teeth. So now I'm like, if you got something to say about my teeth, by all means say it. I didn't heard everything. Like as a kid, like I didn't got bullied and I used to bully people and I was short. So I used to fuck people up just because they would look at me wrong. So now I'm like, that ain't how you supposed to act. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they think. Because if they feel that about you, just imagine how they truly feel when they look in the mirror. So me, the kid version, didn't know that, so I kept my mouth closed. Older version me, I'm more wiser. Like I got more knowledge in life, I got more experiences. So it's like, shit, keep talking, Ken. Like, what the fuck we gonna stop you? Like sickness, death. But even when I die, like shit, my spirit gonna be still alive. My soul gonna be still alive. It's just gonna be this flesh that I'm free of, like shit. But most people, most people just gonna live an average life. Their whole life. And they gonna live a long life too. They gonna see me. I hate to live a long, boring life. Like, but I know like I'm gonna be able to live a long, prosperous life, happy, abundant, successful. Cause that's what I speak. I speak positivity into my life every day. Like shit. Every day I'm speaking positive. Every day I'm thinking positive. Every day if a negative pop up, if a negative thought pop up in my mind, I'm mentally visualizing me sweeping negative thoughts out of my head. Like so, I always tell you you're handsome, how handsome you are. Of course, you're supposed to tell me that. You're my mom. But you named me Kenneth, which if you research the name Kenneth, it means handsome. So yes, you did name me the right thing. But you do be calling me by my name when you call me handsome. You just don't call me Kenneth. So once again, I'm a person who always known like myself. I ain't gonna say I always knew myself. I did. It's just like I said, I dim my light. I stayed in the shadows, and even then, like to this day, I still kind of stay in the shadows. Like, but I'm like more out there. I'm more outspoken. Like you gonna hear my voice. You may not see me, but you gonna hear me. I'm like, well, you definitely gonna feel me. So whether that's in a positive way or a negative way, like I'm gonna speak my truth. I'm gonna be open. And I'm gonna tell my story. Shit. I encourage everybody else to do that too, because you can get paid off like just your life story by being honest and open. Most people be let traumatization from the past hold them back from like telling a story. Like most people feel embarrassed about what they've been through in their past. Like I'm not embarrassed about shit. Like, cause everybody go through something in life. Everybody experience some type of trauma. Everybody experience negativity. Like that's not just you. Like shit. Like so me, I'm like I know it's thousands, millions of other people who went through what I went through. So I'll be selfish to hold what I've been through and what I've learned through life to myself. Like so that's just how I think and that's how I believe and that's how I move and operate in life. So I, it works for me. Like shit. And what's going on for you may not work for you. I mean, what's going on for me may not work for you. So, so what they say, what you eat don't make me shit. Like that's a true statement. Like people need to really understand what those words are saying. Like shit, you instead of be judging me about how I am and what I think about, and you don't even like your own life. Like you embarrassed about what you got going on in your life, but. And I'm not saying anybody that's in here is thinking that way, but it do become people coming in my life and they be having a negative mindset, so they gonna catch these bullets. So Like if you one of them people that's always thinking negative, always judging somebody, always got something slick to say, like ask yourself, what am I benefiting out of like judging this person? Or here's a better question: why am I like mirroring these negative feelings about this person, especially when they positive? Especially when they not telling no lies. Like shit, I'm literally telling y'all good, bad, anything I've been through. Like shit, there's a lot of shit that I be holding on to as well. Not because like traumatizing or like not because it's bad, but there's certain things like my spirit be like, nope, it's not time to tell that story. Like so, not to say I hold on to things, but like I tell my truth, I tell my story, and what needs to be spoken will always be spoken at the right time. So, the right time is now for what I'm talking about, I guess. So, I just go with the flow, just like if you in here right now and you just clicked on here randomly, hey, just go with the flow, sit, chill, like see what I gotta say. Like it's the reason you clicked on the video, and since you clicked on the video, you might as well like it, and you might as well comment. So because I'm here every day, all day. I ain't gonna say all day, but I do be posting shorts all day. So anybody who's new to my chat, like if you want the secret to like blowing up your channel, post shorts every day and get on live every day. Like that's gonna build up your monetization hours if you're not monetized. Like, cause the shorts that's not gonna help you get monetized. That's gonna bring you subscribers and it's gonna get you views. Like, so in the past 2 months, less than 2 months, I done gained over 300 some thousand views. I'm at total 400,000, and I done gained over 1,600 subscribers. And so now I'm at like 3,200 subscribers. So posting shorts and going live every single day has brought that to me. Like, and it's the most success I've seen in my channel. Like, so, and I've been trying to do YouTube since like 2017. I've been wanting to get monetized, but I've never actually did the work to get monetized. Now I'm actually doing the work. So the faster I can get monetized, the faster like I can grow my channel. Like the faster, like shit, it'd be more new experiences. Cause adding an extra stream of income from YouTube, like it could change, it changed people's lives. So I don't need it to change my life because I don't truly need to fucking, I don't need a check from YouTube. I just know if I'm putting some energy and time in it, I better get something out of it. Like for me, I spend hours watching other people's YouTube channels, so I need to get paid. Like as much time I put in on YouTube, I need to see some type of return. So me putting in this work, being on YouTube now, like on live myself instead of watching somebody else, I know eventually I'm gonna be able to get paid off doing that instead of just watching somebody else. So keep up the good work, man. Is that, is that your boyfriend? Y'all both tuned into my live. But make sure you give it a thumbs up, Carlos. But yeah, I'll just be telling my story, telling my truth, and live my life. Dang, I gotta go to the store because I'm out of wraps. Damn. It took me a while to smoke those too, but I need to go back to the store. But I ain't gonna get off live just to do that. Yeah, I ain't about to. I mean, I could always take my phone with me. Literally, I could take my phone and still be on live. To me, I don't know. I ain't that type of person. Like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna cut this shit off when I gotta go somewhere. Like I don't want to be them people like that just be holding the phone talking to the camera. Nobody's talking back. Like I always thought that was funny when people did that. So, but that's another thing that probably holds me back from like turning up my grind, turning it up. It's like me not wanting to walk outside with my camera, with my phone. Like so, I really need to like check myself and like is it that's the worst thing you can do? Because people once again getting paid millions of dollars to record themselves. So can I stop judging people and just fucking do it like shit. And if somebody thinking and they see you and saying, "Hey, he's a dumbass for holding his camera and talking to the screen," like, and if I'm getting paid for it, who's really the dumbass? But if I'm doing it for nothing, if I never get monetized, then I'm really a jackass. So hey, these like I literally be having so many contradicting thoughts in my head. It'd be crazy. I'm like, damn, people be. I be seeing people contradict themselves and they don't realize it, and I'm like, shit, we all just be doing that shit. Everybody, that shit is normal, but people be trying to call it out in other people. I'm like, motherfucker, if you just look in the mirror and had a you had a life review of how your whole life was up until this point, and let's see how much you'll be talking, or how much you would be judging somebody else and what they got going on in their life, because you truly never know what a person got going on in their life. I'm online. Mom said, you know your mom's password? It's my name. You gonna say thank you? Thank you. Okay. Yeah. But we've been here an hour. This ain't no type of record or nothing. But hey, every day I get on live and I like get on YouTube and that, like I'm putting in any type of hours in something. Like I'd rather me be doing my live instead of watching somebody else. Cause you can get caught up in watching other people's channel. Who cares what they think? Because you're going to get paid for walking around with your camera. Yeah. Didn't I just say that, Ma? I could have swore I just said that. But yeah, like you can't be getting too caught up in what other people think, what other people believe. None of that shit. I don't care who they is. If they not cheering for you, they don't want the best for you. Like exit out, cancel out anything they got going on, thinking, saying, like cancel all that shit out. And separate yourself. And if you can't separate yourself, like that's when you mentally separate yourself. And then eventually, the physical will happen as well. Like so, if you spiritually cut a cord with somebody, even if you with that person, like you'll end up breaking up with that person if you truly want to be separate from that person. Like so, I ain't cut the cord with my wife or anything, but I've cut cords with people who I've dealt with in the past. Like I had to do that when I was like when I woke up because I realized I was still attached to a lot of my exes. Like, because hey, when you sleep with a person, guess what? You're now spiritually attached to that person. So if you don't spiritually cleanse yourself, taking a bath, or like do a meditation where you cutting a cord with somebody you dealt with in your past that you don't want to be connected to, like you ever wonder why you always getting thoughts of like having thoughts and like having memories of certain people like you dealt with, like because you still connected to them. So yeah, I did a lot of cord cutting. Just got tongue twisted. It's the Mercury retrograde. I don't know how many people know about that, but that's gonna be going on for like the next 3 weeks. So communication does be messing up, like internet shit, technical shit gets messed up. Exes from the past come back, like memories from the past get brought up, like shit, secrets get exposed during the Mercury retrograde. So me, that when I first started learning about astrology and things like that, like I was getting fucked up. Like my karma was coming back, and I was so mad. Like, damn, how many times a Mercury retrograde come in a year? It'd be 3 times or something. Well, this year it's gonna be 4, but like now when a Mercury retrograde come by, I'm good. Like I'm not tripping, like, cause I ain't got nothing that's gonna bite me in my ass. So that ain't the case for a lot of other people. So I'm always warning them and pre-warning them. Hey, make sure you like walking a straight path. Make sure you're doing what you're truly supposed to do. Make sure your intentions are always pure, because that how you feel and how you treat other people, secretly or not, is going to be how you are internally treated. So always make sure like you got the Like you on your best behavior, and not with God, but just with yourself. Because if you feel like you're not in the wrong for something, and you feel like your intentions is pure, like then you good. Like, but if your conscience is eating you up, and you feeling some type of way about certain things you did, like, hey, good luck, buddy. Karma is about to bite you in your ass. Like, but nah, I'm just playing. I don't want to scare nobody. Like, oh shit, I done did some shit last month. And dang, Kenneth is talking right to me. But hey, all you gotta do is call on the law of forgiveness. Instead of calling on Jesus to ask you for forgiveness and asking God, because obviously that doesn't work for karma. Like, that's what was another thing when I was in church. I'm like, how is it if I ask Jesus to forgive me for my sins, I still get the karma from things? And why, when I ask him to take away these sins, they keep coming back every day? Like, so I had to get out of church to go find those answers. Now I don't have those problems. It's like I'm cured. I had to cure myself of becoming a better person. Like, because for the longest, that wasn't the case. Like, shit. For the longest, like, I was my biggest enemy. As long as I was, like I said, digging myself in a hole. So now when I figure life out and figure out how you're supposed to operate in life, like I'm not turning back. Like I'm not I'm not being no other type of way. I'm not dim. Like I said, I'm not dimming my life for nobody. Why? Because that's not gonna do nothing for me. Like, God doesn't bless you, or the universe doesn't bless you for you being humble and like putting other people before you. You get penalized for that. Like, you can get in trouble for being like always putting people in front of you, and not in trouble, but like you can get caught up in some karma that you don't want to get caught up in. Like, some people always using you, and they got bad intentions, and you knowing they're using you, but you can't stop giving. Like, so certain lessons you gotta learn, and once you evolve past that, once you get past that test, it's gonna always be another test. That's what life is about. I guess that's why some people stay stuck, because they get tired of like just going through like the different levels, getting tired of going through different shit. But me, I love going through different shit. I don't want to keep having the same experience, because them tests do keep repeating. You think you're not evolving. I mean, you're not growing and evolving, and you think you're comfortable because you don't want to go through more, but yet you still going through shit every day. Like, so you still gonna go through this. You rather go through the same shit every day than go through some new shit. Like, so if you one of them people like that, like, fix your priorities. Like, get your shit in order. Like, and this is not for me. Like, I'm not talking down, but this is just how I talk. This is how I was brought up to talk. Talk. Like, I didn't grow up in no loving household, or loving words were spoken every day. Like, I grew up where we got cussed out almost every day. Like, so I it's hard for me to be telling when my kids wake up throughout the day. It's hard for me to tell them I love them, for the simple fact I never used to hear that. So when I do tell them, it be sounding kind of funny and fake coming from me, because I'm like, I never got that growing up. Like, so I'm like, I gotta break out of that cycle because of how I was raised. Like, shit, that's trauma. Like, you supposed to grow up always hearing that, feeling that, but I always felt alone. So like, I'm normal, like, not feeling like I'm loved. Like, that's normal to me. But now it's like I got kids, and I can't take them down that same cycle. Some people are afraid to step out of the box that they're in. I don't know if my mama talking about some shit I've been said already, or it's like she, like, it's her live, like, on point to what I'm speaking on now. But once again, you distracted me. So, but own up to, like, your life, like, whatever it is that you got going on in your life. Own up to it, the mistakes and all. Like, stop putting that blame on other people. Stop saying they the reason why your life messed up, even if your mom brought you up wrong. Yes, it was her. Like, she was wrong for doing that, but she was. It wasn't like it was. She knew what she was doing. Like, it was the way she was raised. So You can't stay stuck in the way you was raised. Because if you do like shit, that's just gonna keep holding you back. Do you want to die and continue to repeat the same cycles, knowing you repeat the same cycles today? Like that's truly hell. It's cool, but like, do you want to continue to repeat the same life you lived in this life because you didn't want to get your life together, or do you want to take some chances and go get, do something different, live a better life, live your best life, stop settling for less. Like you can have anything and everything in this world. It's the things you can't have is probably because you don't need it. Like so, it's either one or the other. And then again, like the thing you probably end up getting what you probably don't need, but it's for you to learn that lesson. Like everything you want ain't truly everything you need. So I just be rambling sometimes, and I be caught up. Like I be thinking about Ken. What are you talking about? Like what's the topic of this discussion? Like are you just rambling at this moment, or like is you really saying something? But I just be in my head. This is how I am all the time. Like this, I'm not hiding anything from nobody. This is like the most. I'm normal. This is normal for me. It's probably not normal for other people. Like being as open and honest as I am, and talking for hours out the day. But once I figured out speaking was my gift, I'm like, shit, let me use my gift to the max. And I thought I was doing something when I was doing my podcast, but obviously I wasn't. Like shit, when I was doing my podcast, I never did an episode over an hour and 30 minutes, unless I did one with somebody else, and like that didn't even go over 2 hours. So I should have been on live because once again, even though I was getting paid off the podcast from the day I started it, like it was pennies compared to like what YouTube was paying if you had to just work your ass off, got monetized. Damn, like you would have been getting paid. So I had to once again set myself on the right tracks because I was trying to avoid doing YouTube. I was trying to avoid getting on camera. Now it's like ain't no point in trying to avoid that shit, Kenneth. Like you gotta get this shit done. Like how else you gonna build a brand? How else is people gonna find out about Positive Minds Only if they not tuned into podcasts? They don't give a damn about no podcast. Like so I need to tap into what everybody else is tapped into, like what everybody else is on 24/7. Like so, if I can appear on y'all live, or on your timeline, or on your whatever, like if I can just keep appearing on that mug every day, like that's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to make it to where everybody just keeps seeing me, where my face is plastered over all of YouTube. Like so, eventually that's gonna happen. So I gotta put the work in every day by doing these videos and like posting shorts, and posting community posts. Like so, I'm putting all the energy I would have focused on Facebook or Instagram. I'm putting that on YouTube. So it's working out. Like I've gained more subscribers than I got on Facebook already. Well, I had 27,000 followers on Instagram, so I ain't past that level yet. But as far as views, I'm pretty sure I've got more views on my YouTube channel than I got on Instagram. So, but IG got hacked, so now no longer got 27,000 Instagram followers. So now YouTube is my number one platform. So that's what I'm posting on every day. And like shit, the secret is posting shorts and getting on live. If you feel a way about getting on camera because the way you look, everybody does. No matter how much how much you think they look good or how big of a celebrity, everybody feels some type of way about getting on camera. So don't let that hold you back, shit. Because I'm not, I let that hold me back for years and they got me nowhere. Like for real, I doubled all my shit within less than 2 months than I've been in the past 4 years, 5 years trying to do YouTube. So if you stop letting things hold you back, you can get where you trying to go in life. It's not gonna come easy. It's not gonna happen overnight, but it's going when it do happen, you can be more grateful because hey, you put the work in. Like that brings more meaning to shit, to something when you've been working towards it for some years or months either. Like, but if you've been doing stuff for a couple of days, or like if I was doing YouTube just for a couple of days and I blew up, like I'd have got comfortable right there. Like because I wouldn't understand it, understanding building a brand or building a YouTube channel. Like I would have expected. I was expecting everything to happen overnight. I was always expecting one of my videos that I already did in the past few years, that one of those was gonna get 1 million views, and none of them got over 2,000, except the ones that I advertised, like that I paid for. Like those videos got 18,000 and like 12,000 or 10,000, but that advertising is different from like growing your channel like from ground up, from scratch, no money, no nothing. Like so, like I said, posting shorts. That's what YouTube advertises. If TikTok or like anything, if they're advertising that you do something and you can get paid off of it, like do that. That's the next wave. Like shorts is the next wave for YouTube, and I'm gonna be the head. I'm gonna be the lead of that. Like shit. I mean, there's already people ahead of me who've been posting shorts for a couple of years now. But like I'm about to be the king of the shorts next. So I'm trying to put people on too, cause hey, like I said, shorts don't get you monetized, but it does build your channel organically. So if you posting videos about your favorite rapper or your favorite single or your favorite makeup, like those the fans you gonna attract. So if y'all like the same thing, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna have other things else in common. So like that was like the most organic way for me to build my channel up, is posting Nipsey Hussle shorts. That's he got the most information, like he got the most interviews, like he got the most clips, like inspirational clips, like so it changed my life. I know it can change somebody else's life. That's why I'm so quick to give up the information. I'll be willing to give up the game because I know what it did for me. And I know how long it took me. So if it's gonna take you quicker or easier to get where you going, like it don't even matter. Like you can start posting shorts and the one you post can get 1 million views off the back and you can get 100,000 subscribers. I'm gonna be happy for you. Cause I did my job. Like most people they don't want to give up the game, or they gonna tell you the game is to be sold, not to be told. I'll be spilling the secrets because hey, there's some people who like they want to know and they ain't got no other way to find out or figure out unless they somehow bump into me. So I'd rather be a person that's giving up the game because it's not taking nothing away from me. Like, because I'm not gonna post the exact same post you post. I'm not gonna steal your post. Like, even if somebody used the post that I use to start their channel, that's okay with me because guess what I'm doing? I'm only posting the person who did the interview post. Like I didn't organically record Nipsey Hussle posting those doing those videos. I wasn't there, but once again I was inspired by it, and I know other people are. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna post those videos, and then I'm gonna separate myself by getting on live. I'm gonna let people know who I am by doing this. So if I can do it, and I was a huge procrastinator, I had all the reasons why I couldn't do it or why I shouldn't do it, and now I'm here doing it. So don't be held back for 4 years, 5 years, like I was, because I missed out on a lot of money, a lot of money. But I didn't miss out on nothing that wasn't truly meant for me. So if I'm doing this now and it's working now, like that's when shit, that's when it was supposed to happen. I can't be mad at something that probably wouldn't have happened anyway. Like, can't be mad about something that never happened. And if you are mad about something that happened, like shit, you still hurt from the past. Like you need to heal. You need to grow. You need to let that shit go. But I don't plan on being on the live too long because I got school in a few hours. So I just wanted to cop on live, get my monetization hours up. More people popped up in my live than what I expected. So like Hey, I'm proud. I'm happy I got on live because what it was, I had told myself like I was doing something on my phone. I said I should get on live, but then I started making excuses like, nah, I ain't gonna do that right now. But I'm like, nope, Kendall, get on live. If you get the idea to do something, don't wait, don't procrastinate. Hop on it. It's gonna work out for you. Like I said, new people came in the chat, so hopefully I got a few extra subscribe. Like, I know I got a few more likes, so shout out to those people who tuned in for the live for the first time, made their presence known. Like shout out to my mom popping up. It's the first time she actually caught me live. But yeah, this is I can't I keep saying this the beginning, but I've been doing this for like 4 years, but I just wasn't on YouTube. I was just doing podcasting. So even though I'll be saying, yeah, this is just the beginning, because I know I got a long life to live, and I know I got a long, like, I got some years building this up. So I, technically, I'm still is in the beginning, because 4 years ain't nothing compared to 40. Like, shit, that's what, 10%? So, like I said, I'm going to head out on this live. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.